of these. I took the time off for the last week or so. I sort of felt like God, like, kind of take me away, like, just, like, put me on my bags, like, we're getting out of here. I relapsed and fell into pornography on January 25th. And, that first week or so after falling is probably we're the most vulnerable. And I really was planning on 2025 being like a porn-free year. So when I fell into it again, I was beyond upset. And God always knows what to do. Sometimes like the answer is like to like speak up and be like, yeah, like, "Duh, I'm getting out of this," or something. And sometimes the answer is like, like, I'm getting out of here. We're getting Dallin out of here. This week has been extremely healing, leading up to me making a post for all my newsletter subscribers. Already had 2 people unsubscribe. But I knew it was gonna happen. I sent like this giant epic poem talking about how God's my time, my heart, and my mind. And I went to each one like super deep. Like I think that's like, I don't know, probably like 7,000 words, probably longer than that. I don't know. It was a lot of words. I wrote it. It took me like 4 hours, 5 hours to write, which was beautiful because I needed to be so focused that whole time. And it was just like me and God the whole time. And the last time I remember having that deep of a flow experience and working was back when I was working on my second book, Patience Needs, last year. I've had some flow experiences, but nothing like that. Like I literally was like, I looked up and it was like 4 hours was gone, and I'm like, what in the world's going on? It's just so in it, and it's just like people are becoming less comfortable light, and I've had times where I have wanted to fit in with that, and it's just never worth it. So yeah, so I'm feeling pretty alive, pretty grateful, pretty amazing, and we just got to keep going. But I said it over and over again in that epic prayer thing that I wrote, like just how like I'm just staying with you, God, and no matter how crazy it gets, no matter how blessed I get or whatever happens, just chilling with you. I think one of the parts that stood out to me was how like I'm completely okay with building for another couple years before I find a girl that can wipe away my tears. Like that was that was deep. And then Nehemiah 6:3, I talked about like rising up, like continuously rising up instead of descending and slipping and descend. So yeah, it's like all these amazing, amazing connections. So it was like sick. So yeah, God sees you and he loves you and he knows your name and he knows your potential. I felt that for sure when I was working on this, just that he knows my name and knows what I'm going through and knows the timeline, and he's put people in my path to like help me to just to keep going and to not have fear. I was thinking of changing the title and having it be like how God is always filled with love and not fear. And yeah, there's no fear when it comes to love with God. If you feel fear when it comes to like a relationship or something like that, chance it's not something that God wants for you. If you're trying to hide it, for one thing, you can't hide anything from God, nothing. I can't tell you, like, after I relapsed, like, I'd have random, like, people from home come to mind. I was like, why am I calling this? And all of a sudden, I was, like, telling them about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's why. Because I can't hide anything from him. Nothing at all. And at the end of the day, you have to be willing to show up for yourself and not for any other reason. Like you just have to be. So yeah, I mean, this battle is real. Soy Edwin, hello. Yeah, I know a little bit of Spanish, not very much. I haven't been working much on that. That's something I need to do though. Yeah, Spanish is good. Me llamo Dallin. Yeah, there we go. I can bear my testimony in Spanish and a couple other things, and that's about it. So yeah, it's a gift though. It's a gift. I just look back and see like how God has delivered me, taken care of me, and just moved me around when I need to get moved around, and it's just a wonderful thing. Yeah, my name is the channel name. It's Dallin. Yeah, so we just don't know how long these things will last. So end of the day, you just kind of have to keep going, embrace the journey and the challenge associated with it. So today I've spent mostly just chilling inside. I don't really speak Spanish, like tiny bit. Yeah. I can say like individual words like libro, uh, uh, gato, perro, raton. Uh, yeah, that's that's about it. I had a goal to be on a Spanish podcast in 2024, and like a Christian podcast in Spanish, and to like speak that. But I kind of fell off on that. The farthest I was I started talking to construction workers and stuff that spoke Spanish, and had a good time with that. And then I kind of slipped away from it. I didn't stick with it well enough. Yeah, I'm in Utah right now. Yeah, so. But, one day at a time. I really feel like God has just been opening doors for me, taking me to better places, giving me new ideas and perspectives to chew on. So that's cool. The family I'm living with, a bunch of pizza. So I had some of that. So that was good. It was good. And I'm just humbled and grateful. It's a humbling thing because there's those times we may not think that God really knows what's best for us, but I've really found that out that he does really brand new, maybe something that's never been done before. And that was like how the first time I wrote one of these long poems for my newsletter. I Yeah, it was just like, what's going on here? And I just kind of kept going and kept going and kept going, and I was like, wow, that's actually pretty good. So God is the master of variety. You look at the stories that have been written, you look at the animals, you look at all these different things. There's times where Satan might try to be like, hey man, like there's not variety in your life, you need spice, all these different temptations, you go to the club or whatever, and he wants you to fill that void that only Jesus can fill. And that's obviously that's a that's a humbling thing. So yeah, we just got to keep turning to God, as difficult, as painful as it is, because at the end of the day, our all of our works will be known. It says in Revelation 20:12 that one book was opened and another book was opened, which is the book of life. It's like they knew what was going on, man. They know what's going on. There is a world besides this one. Angels are 100% a thing. God is 100% a thing. He knows everything that's going on down here. People can say like, "Oh, but how could God like let bad things happen to good people? How could he let all these things happen?" Well, there's something that God gave us that's called agency and our ability to choose things. Mitsuri, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. And we get to make a decision of what we'd like to do with that. My word of the year for 2025 is decide, deciding between different possible years and going after the one that I truly want to live in. I think we get like how much power we actually have. So something that really helped me with understanding this was last night I I drew the different squares, and each one represented a different level of effort that I could put into my life at this season of my life, and where it would be at 90 days, 180 days, 270 days, 360 days. And first one was if I kind of kept up the same effort that I'm putting in right now, not working super much. I'm working for a startup, and then I also write and stuff on the side. If I kept up that same effort, then things would change, but nowhere near as much as I would like them to. And then I had one where I scaled it up, but then I didn't actually, what's the word? But I got distracted. And so that was good. It was better than the first one, but it also was not as great as it could have been. And then was that I got better and I put in more work, and I didn't get distracted. That was also pretty good. The one that was best was I started working 8 hours a day, working for my friend's startup and then working for my own stuff. So 8 hours total for each, or one and two in the other, that kind of thing. And that one I get most clearly, like, you get a raise, I'd be able to get into my speaking more, I'd write another book, you know. I realized that with so much of this stuff, it's so vital and important that we get that thing out there when we know we need to create something. Like, I hadn't come out with a new newsletter for almost 14 days, which is yikes because I write the thing every week and come out with it every week. And so the fact that it wasn't out was sad. And it was just kind of like I felt out of the loop with it. So yeah, and I have a podcast that was supposed to come out yesterday, but that's okay too. It's all good. You know, you just kind of do what you can, one little bit at a time. And I feel beyond amazing right now from God. Nothing has really changed in my life per se. Still kind of at the same spot I was at a week ago, but just kind of keeping my focus on Him and writing and reading and just chilling. I don't know. It's a beautiful thing. I've been trying to get my like routine more figured out, like what I do when I go to bed and all that good stuff. And it's been sweet. Yesterday I really did. I just slept like most of the day. Really didn't do anything. And then today I woke up and took a nap and I had this dream that I was like homeless and stuff. That was an interesting little and all these people were like helping me out. So that was interesting. And yeah, so and then I got up from that and I was like, okay, I need to write. And I just wrote for like 5 hours straight this newsletter. And it was beautiful. So I don't think I'll always be able to do that. And the newsletter only has 670 people, which is a lot, but no, not a lot at the time. So it's kind of like you gotta fight your battles, choose which battles you want to fight. But at the end of the day, you know, we're just chilling. I don't know. Just my brain, my soul, my heart feels much peace, and that's a wonderful thing. So, but yeah, you know, right now I'm just kind of saving up money so I can get a new, uh, get a Blu-ray player. I was probably gonna get a PS4. I have a TV over there that I bought. I don't know. See it? It's over there hiding. Yeah, it's over there. So something that I bought pretty recently. I also bought a bunch of Blu-ray movies. Not a bunch actually, just 4. And then I got some DVDs as well. So good stuff. Yeah. So it was nice to take a little break from the YouTube for a little bit. And yeah, so it's good. I'm just grateful to be here, grateful to be alive. And I've learned a lot more about how just getting yourself looplessly is not a word, I don't think, endlessly looped into different distractions, although your brain will appreciate the dopamine trail, it is definitely not worth it. And that is what a lot of these companies and stuff want us to do. They want us to get so into things that we can't resist and everything. So, yeah. But, you know, one day at a time, kind of how this goes. I woke up really early today, but then, like I said, I took a nap, so I probably need to go to bed soon-ish. I was gonna watch the movie Christopher Robin, um, so I might still do that. I'm gonna make pancakes. There's not enough hours in the day at all. It's funny because whenever you're not really doing anything, it feels like there's like all the time in the world. But then when you actually like want to do stuff, you never have enough time. You're like, oh my goodness, like there's not enough time to do all this stuff. The night comes on too quickly and stuff. So yeah, but that's basically it. I mean, you look at all these times in scripture where Jesus saw the person where they were at, he could help them find healing. And that's a wonderful thing. I've certainly had times in my life where I needed healing and succor from the Lord, and He's given it to me. And obviously, sometimes that takes time. It doesn't just happen immediately. Something we need to be patient for, and just have to kind of trust God's bigger plan. That's really difficult to do, especially when there's something we really would like to happen, and it's just not working. It's just not vibing. So yeah, it makes you think about something that a friend on Discord told me, like maybe I don't know, it was probably like a year ago at this point, maybe a little bit less. But he just kind of talked like being still and letting God move. not worrying about stuff. So yeah, that's kind of that though. Yeah, there's still a lot of different things that get done, but I know 100% that God sees us, that He's there for us. He knows our names, He knows our potential. And if we can just keep moving forward and getting closer to Him, then we'll see things get better. And sometimes it will be really, 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 really crazy. Because Satan is real, and he does want us to not act with God. He wants us to fear and tremble and worry and waste all of our time. So, yeah, but today's been a good day. So, I'm grateful. There is always peace to be found in Christ and what He does. Yeah, it's always worth trusting what He can do. Yeah. No habla español. Un poquito. Un poquito. Yeah. Yeah. I think about this temporary season of my life and how I'll be done soon enough, and all I have looking back on it are the memories. And this week has felt really significant, even if I didn't work for my friend's startup very much. I do think that there was some things that really got moved forward, and it's a beautiful thing. So never underestimate what God can do in your life. He might show up at like the last possible moment when you like least expect it. That's sort of what happened today. So I'm grateful for that, and just got to get a lot of sleep so I can show up and do whatever He needs me to do tomorrow. And grateful for how God can like inspire our minds and help us keep going and to just do lots and lots of really cool things. Lots of really cool things that we couldn't have expected. So, oh, there's a yawn. Yeah, it's a good thing to be tired. It says in Revelation 3:8 that I have a door for you that no man can shut, and I know that you have not denied my name, and that you have little strength. And then I was thinking about it from Revelation 3:20, where it says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. Behold, he that opens his door, I will sup with him, and he with me," and all that stuff. And it's cool because I realized it while I was writing today that if you're letting Jesus in, you're slamming the door on the devil. Like you, you can't have both of those in the same room at the same time. So that was an encouraging thought. So yeah, but we're all fighting this battle, and I know that if we'll keep looking to Christ, then we'll be able to conquer and win with His help. It says that in 1 Samuel 17:47 that the battle is the Lord's. When we recognize the battle is the Lord's and not ours, there's a lot of peace with that. You don't have to try to like assemble this giant army or all this other different stuff. You just kind of do your part, show up, and trust He'll do the rest. I was really hoping to hit over 740 subscribers in January, but I didn't really make that many videos in January, and so that's kind of why that didn't happen. And I don't know, you just kind of have to remember not to take anything so personally, because we're so gifted to live in this time period where literally anybody can make money doing anything. And so we just more intentional and remember that those people that are like super on board with what we do, like they're super bored with what we do. I've already gotten an email back about that poem that I wrote. So I'm humbled by that. I'm grateful for that. And for some people, it's just not their cup of hot chocolate, and that's just fine. So you just keep doing you, because God will always see you and always be rooting for you, and He'll put people in your life to help you to see Him better. And if you really seek for Him, you will find Him. So that's for real. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good day. Did some reading. Ooh, I did some reading from The Speed of Trust this morning. That was good. Is that rain? I don't know what that is. This house is kind of old. It's kind of old. This house is like 60, 70 years old. It's a pretty old house. Living in the basement. Sometimes it makes little noises like sort of like Monster House. I think I only saw that movie once, but I do remember in the movie there's times where like the house would like grab the kids. Cooper. So yeah, I watched some of the Herbal Red. I read some of the Speed of Trust. That was super awesome. Speed of Trust is a solid book. It talked about how if you have more trust and speed goes up and cost goes down. However, if you have lower trust, then your speed will go down and your cost will go up. So a great example is after 9/11 happened, there are different restrictions done at airports. And so after that happened, it made lines much longer, which made costs go up. And it also made it so people were not able to get on their planes as fast. So speed went down because trust went down. So thought that was good. It made me think about like the trust I have with myself. So if I have more trust with myself, then the speed of me getting something done will go up. And I feel like I kind of experienced that today a little bit with writing that newsletter. And then the cost also go down because you're not wasting time with distractions. You're not throwing your money at different things and wasting time with that. It's like the 30 on. I think I need to go to bed. But yeah, you know, God will always see you. He's looking out for you. He cares about you. He believes you. He believes in you. He understands you. And he'll help you to keep going. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a battle. It's not going to be easy. Nothing worth having in this world is ever easy. But the blessings that God can provide are like so sublime that they're on the other side. They're always on the other side of your faith, especially when a temptation comes. I've had times recently where I was tempted and didn't listen. And then felt lifted up by God. So that's a glorious thing. So yeah, just don't worry. Give God this moment. You're gonna be just fine, my friend. You're gonna be just fine. So I definitely got a lot of work to do with getting this YouTube channel more built up. Doing this live stream was extremely unproductive. But it was fun. I had a good time with it. It was fun. And hopefully this helped out at least one person. So it's a gift. I'm grateful to be seen by God. And be positive, be grateful, be still, and all those other things. Be smart, be true, be prayerful, be clean, be grateful, be still, be involved, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna go clean up the church tomorrow, so that's cool. Assuming I wake up, I should be waking up, but all right. I think we're just gonna end this now because it's a good time for that. So, but thanks for hopping in. Remember that God is looking out for you. He sees you and knows your potential. Hope you to get to where you need to be. He's good free. So don't worry about the future. Don't worry about past pains. Don't worry about any of those things. God always calls you by your name. Satan will call you by your sins. So listen to the one who's calling your name and who's going to love you all the time, every way. Yeah. He's going to get better and better and better and better and better and help you out. That's what I'll leave you with. Thanks for watching. I know he's thinking that Jesus is the Christ and that he sees us and suffered for us. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. So, cool. Well, I will see you when I see you. But I hope you have a good rest of your night. Take care and trust God. He's got you.